Hello there people, my name is Amanamaz and I have finally just finished watching Monarch Legacy of the Monsters. Or is it Legacy of Monsters? Anyway, who cares? If you didn't know, it's set in the Godzilla and Kong universe following the events of the 2014 Godzilla movie. And off the top, it's pretty good. There's actually more monster action than you might think. And Godzilla makes a number of appearances along with a few other new monsters as well. The cast and the setting is pretty much split into two, with one story arc set in the 50s and the other in modern day. They did something which I thought was pretty cool with the casting. As father and son duo, Kurt and Wyatt Russell played the same character, Lee Shaw, across different time periods. It's nothing major, but I just thought it was pretty neat. John Goodman also makes a brief cameo return as Bill Randa from Kong Skull Island, as the Bill Randa character is actually pretty important throughout the season, as his son and grandchildren are the focus of the present day storyline, and a younger version of him is pretty important for the past storyline. Now, in terms of plot, the past storyline is the stronger of the two, where it's based on the discovery of Godzilla and other titans, as well as the creation of Monarch. They even show us the US Army doing nuclear tests in the Pacific with the aim to kill Godzilla. The cast I thought had great chemistry with one another. The one thing I didn't really like was that they teased and almost did a love triangle. And for the record, I hate love triangles, they just make things messy. And with a show like this, you don't exactly want to see it. The present day storyline luckily doesn't have it, but it's the weaker of the two. And I think it's because of the main characters not being that interesting. Like, their whole thing is that they're Bill Randa's grandkids, just looking for their dad, Hiroshi Randa, and nothing else. Now, Hiroshi is actually an interesting character. He's like a rogue Monarch agent, trying to figure out Godzilla's appearance patterns and locations, so he can find out when he appears next by almost trying to draw him out. And Monarch are after him because they want to prevent another G-Day, as they call it. He is a piece of shit though, as he cheated on his wife and had a secret family, and left his kids so he can continue doing his work. And he left Lee in a retirement home after he just came back from the Hollow Earth kinda. Lee Shaw I thought was a great character, both past and present. He almost became, in other words, an extremist after having many bad experiences with Titans on the Hollow Earth. Like, his main aim is to close all the portals so no Titans come to the surface, even though it will cause many radiation and explosion problems. They've introduced a really interesting bit of lore, where there's a world between worlds. So between the Hollow Earth and the surface, you can get lost and end up in a place called Axis Mundi, where gravity works in a weird way, because time is affected by gravity. 5 days down there is like 20 years on the surface. Hence why Shaw looks so good for his age, because physically he's in his 70s, even though he's supposed to be in his 90s. And this part of the story I found really interesting because I feel like this could potentially lead somewhere in the movies. Like, Kurt Russell could show up again, but even further in the future. Or maybe in Godzilla and Kong: The New Empire, but who knows. Overall, I really enjoyed this show and was more than I expected, to be fair. Before this came out, I thought it would have barely any monsters in it, and if it did, they would barely have any screen time to save money on the CGI. But no, there were a lot of monster time and it looked really good too. You do see quite a few close-up shots of Godzilla, so you can see and appreciate all the details of his face and all the surrounding areas. I really do recommend it if you have the chance to watch it. I know it's on Apple TV, but I know people who have watched it on the high seas. Cough, definitely not me, cough. If I had to give it a rating, it would be an 8.5 out of 10. I just thought it was great and I really hope there's a season 2, because it feels like it's ramping up or that there's something bigger about to come, but we shall see. Anyway, if you like my review, please leave a like and subscribe, that would greatly be appreciated, and I shall see you next time, and peace.